Alright guys, just wanted to make this quick vlog because for once I'm quietly by myself in my home while my kid is in kindergarten and my wife is not there. But I was thinking about something yesterday where I basically, whoops, I am not, let me get this thing right. Alright, cool. I was just thinking about something funny. I was thinking my kid. I was feeding my son yesterday, and I was putting a little bit of music to just kind of keep him quiet and stuff. And because he really likes music and stuff, and I went to a playlist on Spotify and played some Disney classics and stuff like that, and it was cool. It was cool until we get to this point of this, with this song called "You've Got a Friend in Me," that obviously which is one of the main songs in Toy Story 1. And every time I hear that song, I'm fulfilled again with the dream, that I once had about working at Pixar. That this dream is gone now. Since a very long time. But it just kind of remind me the mindset I was when I started animation 20 years ago. That I really wanted to work at Pixar at that point, and or Disney or whatever. But Pixar was one of the big ones, and. And I was just kind of wondering if what changed, if it was just me because getting older, and is this my dream? Obviously my dream changed, but is it because I got older or because the object of the dream, Pixar, has changed too, I don't have the answer to that question. I don't have the answer to that question, but I found it very people are getting old and they sound like old people. Very often they never think about that they're actually changing. They just think the world is changing, but they're not changing. And I think it's not true at all. I think we are changing. We are dreaming different as we grow old, and I was just really wondering. It reminds me of something. It's a question I do have all the time. For instance, I'm born in '77, right? Right the year or when Star Wars came out, and. This is generally a question. So if anyone watch this video, and please tell me in the comment down below if you are younger than me, and you probably are. Is there anything that is just exciting, like Lord of the Rings was when it came out, or Back to the Future at the time, or Star Wars, or any the big movies that we saw? Is there anything that is there's great movies today, there's great TV shows, there's great things to watch, but I feel that there's nothing really getting to your gut, taking you really to that point of excitement, like Star Wars, or that 40 years later it's still there, And I don't know, and Pixar somehow feels that it's in the same kind of thing, or Disney or all the big studios, just like the dream of being an animator in those studios kind of changed. Even when I look at behind the scenes at Pixar today, it doesn't look like it was back in the day. Even Apple, I'm a huge fan of Apple product. I barely watch the keynotes now. Steve Jobs is gone. I miss him real a lot because he was a person that was, to me, he was a fucking jerk, but but he was visionary, and yeah, I don't know. It's not that fun. I remember being there for the first iPhone. I remember getting one before it was even released in France. And I remember the excitement. There's no way I would miss a keynote, an Apple keynote, you know. But now I don't give a shit anymore. It's just like upgrades, and Tim Cook being so fucking boring. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it doesn't feel. So is it me who changed and I'm getting like an old fucking dude, or does the world or things part of the world like animation or those things just change as well? You know, this is genuinely a question I keep asking myself. You know, is this just me being old and being nostalgic? Like, it was better before, you know, back in the day it was better. You know, I never want to sound like this, because I never want to sound like my parents were saying, you know, or people, or old people are talking to me, you know, like, yeah, it was better back in the day. Yeah. But I don't think it was better back then. You know, I do believe that there's progress with everything, and with progress, whatever kind of progress there is, it comes with right and wrong. You know, obviously, nuclear electricity creates also like nuclear weapon. You know, obviously, so you have always like two sides of the same coin. But I don't know. It was just a thought. I was right there and loving that kind of vibe with. It kind of brings back my love for animation when I hear this kind of song, you know, or if I look at Ratatouille, that is definitely one of my favorite animation movie. But it feels like a dead era, you know what I mean? It's just like, it feels something that is like far. I didn't even watch the latest movie Pixar released, Elio. I didn't watch it yet, you know. I don't have a lot of time to watch movies because I have a toddler, but yeah, probably, let's say it's because of that. But I am not so excited, you know, I couldn't find the time to watch a movie, but I feel like not super excited about the latest movie that Pixar released, you know. I feel more excited about more independent film, things that they're creators or directors that creating things that I am not going to predict, you know. And there's a lot of things in in Pixar and Disney and all the big studios that you can predict, because obviously they're based on recipes, you know, and that is cool. That's how they got where they are, you know. They're based their whole production and creative process with recipes, and they keep using them, you know. They don't put themselves, it feels at least, that they don't put themselves in danger or in uncomfortable like position, so they would just like be, whoa, we need to create something really different, you know. They always have the same kind of design, always kind of the same style, and I don't know, it's just like, and back then when we saw like Nemo or Toy Story or Monsters Inc. or Ratatouille, you kind of rediscovered the design every time. Every movie was really different. The Incredibles was just incredible, you know, because that was like, oh gosh, they're doing humans now with a lot of fire, hair, smoke, you know, water, fabrics on water, you know. There was like a lot of breakthrough technology there. And it was just amazing to see the evolution. And now we've reached that point where basically we can do anything, you know. And so it comes down to story. It always had to come down to story, but now we're just kind of getting rid of the technical stuff. It's not fun anymore, you know. We can do a lot of things. And so I think, yeah, I think that's the beauty of this thing. And I think why AI is not going to disrupt, you know, profoundly everything. It's because in the end it's just a story, you know. AI will help you create faster, not better, but faster and easier. But in the end, you need talent, you need story, you need human brain, you need all of that to in the mix, you know. So I'm not super worried about AI. I'm pretty excited about AI. But anyway, I'm just kind of drifting away from the subject of today. So yeah, I was thinking about that, and I wanted to share this to generally ask this question to the 10 people who are going to watch this video. And and yeah, is it me getting too old, or is it not so much fun anymore to look at the Pixar movie or to hear about the latest Apple product, or I don't know. Anyway, hope you're doing great. Talk to you real soon, and yeah, catch you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.